See, with his situation, even with his wife, she got a questionable past that people know about.
And he's
So
not
the
right.
more
He's
he keep talking, he just make it worse anyway. He fucked up from the beginning
Bringing
from
attention.
even being married to a person with that kind of past. So he getting really what he deserves.
But Spud, look, check this out. Look, what you
He's
said.
just not handling it like
What you
Right.
said, I ain't against that, because we know how it really go out here, dog.
Right.
Niggas cuff bitches that they should have never cuffed.
At all.
But what I'm saying is, this nigga needs some guidance now, because he in love and don't want to lose her. Because when them niggas get old, they notice they last hurrah.
Yeah.
I know too many niggas in that age group, they do not want to let that woman go even if they know it ain't real. They'll be like, you can go out there and fuck people, just please don't leave me.
Wow. It's motherfuckers like that.
What?
happens when you get
In that
older.
age group?
He's explaining the ballad of a settling simp who's come too far from where he started from. The journey back will be further than the journey forward if he just keeps going and bear the burden of that ring, the wedding ring that is, all the way to Mordor. But Steve Harvey's false version of chest-beating masculinity is what more or less has him in this situation where it's leaking out, as they will explain later, that he's afraid of his wife, according to the inside information that surfaced. Yet he berates men for being legitimately hesitant about walking that same plank that he has.
But see, if I get in a relationship now, it has to be somebody who's gonna be with me forever. I cannot make a choice at this age and then be later on down the line
Trying to get
going
back to
through a
your old life.
divorce.
Right.
It might kill you.
But he fucked up anyway because he didn't even have a prenuptial agreement.
Well, we don't know that. Do we?
Well, they said he don't have he said he don't have one. Then his bodyguard hooked him back up with Marjorie.
But he does say he gives her, and in that actual explanation that we're talking about, that actual one today, I think it was earlier today, that he actually gives everything up to her. Like saying, like, if it weren't for her, he wouldn't be.
He
in the
can't give
position
up
he's in.
everything
He
because
did,
he
he
don't
said.
want to. Steve Harvey can't be out here starting over financially.
Not at
He got
66.
to have that paper. If you an old nigga starting over financially, the bitches that's gonna be in your bed, you gonna realize it's over for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Them
shit.
bitches gonna be on their phone and shit while you fucking them and shit.
Come on,
You say
Steve, come and do
they
this
gonna be on the
TikTok
phone
with
while
me.
they
Look,
get
It'll be like this and shit.
they want you to do a TikTok with her.
And I think she's 57 and he's 66.
Really?
Yeah, they got a big age.
I'm not
Oh,
sure how old everybody is.
okay.
It's a bad
Allegedly.
situation.
Young baddies being on a phone while he's smashing, that just might be a better deal for him than having half of his assets in jeopardy if you fail to properly walk on eggshells around a person who he credits for all his success, even though he was a millionaire before they met. Like, how much of a simp do you have to be to credit a woman for the success that you had when y'all didn't even know each other? That's his way of saying she deserves it all, no matter what happens, no matter what she does, even if things go south. But I don't think it's going to go that far south, because I think Corey Holcomb hit the nail right on the head that he ain't going nowhere. This thing will never be in jeopardy. He is riding it out. But everyone understands the legitimate concerns that men have when women like Mary J. Blige and Halle Berry speak about their losses in divorce. But people like Corey Holcomb, or a new video that just dropped of Stephen A. Smith, they will get called toxic for saying these same things.
I know a brother. He's one of my boys. He knows who he is. I ain't gonna say his name. He was married. They never had any kids. He wasn't feeling the relationship anymore. Neither was she. The divorce wasn't even contested. And the courts ordered him to pay $12,000 per month. That ain't child support. That's adult support. That's wife support. $12,000 a month? He wasn't even making $1 million a year. $12,000 a month? Just because y'all ain't together no more? She had a job. Why you had to pay $12,000 a month?
That is the definition of vagina money, $144,000 a year going to an able-bodied working adult with no kids. Now, this able-bodied working adult with no kids is now making more than roughly 95% of the population. But here's what I'm reading between the lines of this story. While she was with him, she was working, though he was making the bulk of the money. In fact, enough money to where they could have comfortably lived off that money together just fine, which means she could have quit her job and served him and worked for him, or had his babies and been freed up to be the perfect wife and mother, living off his money while being with him. But now that she can live off his money without being with him, I bet now she's going to quit that job. She wouldn't quit the job to be a better wife and mother, but she will definitely quit the job to serve her carnal desires. The more I hear stories like this, the more I think this guy don't sound so bad.
Bro, nobody's ever asked me that. I've been married 5 times, man. The first time I got married, I was really young and she cheated on me and broke my heart. The next 4 times I got married was strictly for financial reasons. See, I'm an in-ground swimming pool builder, so I'm constantly in contact with women that have a lot of money or women that are freshly out of divorces and done took half their old man's shit and they're ready to spend it. Bro, if I knew that, I would finesse my way into getting them to date me with the goal of them marrying me. See, I say if you're talented at something, you should always get paid for it. And my talent is getting wealthy women to marry me without a prenup. But this job ain't for everybody, man. A couple of my wives look like ass, man. Like I was repulsed to touch them or sleep with them or kiss them. But all I had to do was hang out for a couple years, get a divorce, and then get a nice little settlement at the end. Now, my last ex-wife, I hit the jackpot. She was hot and she was a trust fund baby. She literally financed my entire swimming pool company that I still have to this day. And I got her pregnant twice. So once we got a divorce, I got joint custody. And now I get a really fat child support check every month from her. Fellas, if you're good looking or you got game or both, don't waste that shit on love. You're just going to end up lonely and broke.
Shout out to the white male version of She-Ra 7. This man is a resistance fighter. But here's the deal. For every hard-working, competitive boss chick making good money like what they fought for, there's, I believe, going to be an equal opposite man like this ready to capitalize. Women are typically cunning enough not to marry a man who makes significantly less, so they don't end up with a payout. But in the long run, over time, there's only so many jobs and a finite amount of money to be made. If you strengthen women, you weaken men by decreasing the amount of men who out-earn women and increasing the probability that a woman will take care of a man. There are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. So the trade-off that women have potentially fought for is a future where more men become bad bitches being taken care of by women, and an equal amount of women end up paying that 12 grand a month. Go feminism.